Welcome back, everyone, to the BD1P Binding of Isaac modded series. Today is going to be a random Tainted character run for win number 2 and episode number 326. Your question for today is going to be, put your answer in the comments down below. Would you rather hang out like in person with your friends, go to a restaurant, a movie, whatever, or hop in a Discord call and play some video games for a night? Out of those two choices, which would you choose? A Tainted Arachna run. I feel like we recently played as this character. No, we did. So you know what? I'm going to do a reroll right there. Please don't crash my game. I don't want to do the same character like within 3 or 4 runs of each other. I can do a Tainted Apollyon. I can do that. We have the Abyss Flies mod turned on as well. Seed, by the way, is going to be ATVQW2GL. For my answer for today's question of the day, it's fairly easy for me. I don't play a lot of multiplayer games, and of the multiplayer games that I do play, they're all like local multiplayer. Smash Bros, Mario Kart, they all have options to play them in person, and playing it in person usually ends up being a little bit more fun anyways. I'm popping that. We get a little bit of a rainbow fly going on. RGB Razor Fly, look at that, he's crazy. But I don't really get like that much out of playing games in a Discord call. For games like Minecraft, sure. I like playing a lot of Bed Wars on stream, especially with like subscribers and Merm and Alexa and all of those wonderful people. But nothing beats like sitting down, ordering like a pizza, and playing like local co-op games with the boys. That's peak Hangout Central right there. But there is a case to be made, I think, for some days when you're feeling extra lazy, you just want to kind of stay home and do nothing all day, that it does come in clutch to have Discord as an option for just sitting at home and hanging out, rather than getting dressed and, you know, making sure you don't smell like shit and spending money on food or a movie, what have you. You know, it can be a lot. This room also is like the worst ever. It can be a lot more, I guess, relaxing to do it over like Discord or something. Could this guy die? I spent like 30 to 40 seconds in this one room. They gotta have some nerfs on some of these monsters here, dude. I know it's Ipecac and a lot of the items are strong, but the enemies are harder. Honestly, make the items a little bit less OP and make the enemies a little bit less tanky, and you've got yourself a borderline vanilla-styled mod here. But I think a lot of the balancing is just a tiny bit off. What I wanted to talk about today, was a couple of things. The first one being related to our question, and that being the fact that I recently, well, I shouldn't say recently, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I was on vacation back in my hometown, I played D&D in person for the first time. I've only ever played D&D like over Discord with a couple of my friends in the same house as me, but never like physically on a board with like physical dice. It's always been like Roll20 or you know, like the D&D bot for Discord and shit like that. I've never ever played the game in person, and I've always kind of been like half and half on D&D. When I'm not playing D&D, I'm always like, oh man, D&D sounds really fun right now. And then when I am playing D&D, I'm like, I'd rather be doing anything else with my time. And I was kind of hoping that doing it, you know, IRL in person would change that for me. And to be quite honest with you, it was some of the most fun I've ever had with my friends ever. There's a whole nother level to... That's really good. I'm not gonna avoid that up. Dad's Key is an insane item to have early game here. I just, with it being online, there's a couple of reasons why it's a little bit sucky. Number one is a lot of the programs used either require you to have like a subscription to that thing. Like Roll20 has a premium map maker for like $10 a month or some shit like that. Or even further, like sometimes it just won't work for you. There's like weird little gimmicks with technology. Like for example, we use Roll20 for our online session right now, and in order to like make a token for your character, you have to pay to make it on the site, or you can make it off the site on like Google Drawings and import it every single session you start up. It's not the worst thing in the world, right? But it also isn't the most fun thing. We got some black cards. I can live with that. I can definitely manage that. But it also isn't the most fun thing to have to import your specific character token every single time. It's a bit, I don't want to say much, but like to play D&D, it's already a huge planning stage. You gotta make your that was a really dumb play. You gotta make your monsters. You gotta make your homebrew setting. You gotta make your characters, have everybody's stats written down, etc., right? To also add on top of that, having to import all your data every single time you start a new game, it can be just not that fun. And a lot of the times in our sessions, what we've been having happen is we will start up, you know, at like 7 p.m., right? Everyone's supposed to be there at 7. Like half of us show up, and then the DM spends about like 20 minutes getting everything prepared because for some reason Roll20's acting funky. And it's what I've learned to deal with because you can't really change that when it happens. It's just the flow of the game, and you can't control when technology wants to act. That was almost really good, and then it was really bad. Why are there so many champions, dude? This is insane. I know we have the Curse of Conquest, but god damn, what's in here? I'm definitely going to buy that to keep our Devil Deal chance up. I'm also going to probably skip our Devil Deal on this floor and try to run Angel, mostly because if I'm going to be voiding stuff up for the Locust anyways, I'd rather not pay for it as well. I know I have the special Locust and all that. This is a rough place to be. We're good, we're good, we're good. I know I have the special Locust mod installed, but some of the things aren't always the most noticeable. Perfect location. Just walk into it. Okay, it was a luck down. You can do way worse than luck down, I'll tell you that much. But it's just, it's rough online. The immersion also isn't there. Like, there's a huge difference between looking at an online, like, poorly made Google Sheet versus, like, an IRL with figurines and, you know, proper placing of your characters down, somebody who's not having their mic cut out every 4 seconds, like, narrating the environment. My first session, or my first, like, campaign, the DM's name was Goro, and he was somebody that I had never met in person before. We found him on, like, Reddit to DM me and a couple of friends our session. It was, like, me, Aldog, Jacob, Kale, Desi, just my standard D&D friend group, right? Goro had quite possibly the world's shittiest microphone. It picked up every single piece of background noise, including the fan in his room, and I don't know if it was his internet service or what we're almost spun already, Jesus, or what it would have been, but on top of that, Goro's mic would cut out about every couple of words. It wasn't unbearable, obviously. Like we sat through 5 or 6 sessions. At least I had to stop playing because I had too much work to do and I wasn't really working with my schedule. But I went through about 5 sessions with it. The most common phrase in all of those sessions was probably, can you please repeat that? Or like, what did you say? I couldn't hear your mic cut out. It was that the entire time. I think you're good. Just move on down. And it was frustrating. So I stopped playing because I had work and I wasn't that into the session after a while. If we do that, like, I know the other item back there definitely wasn't bad, but I don't want to take dog food, and the only choice there was either A, you take dog food and Seraphim, or you get 2 potentially really high damaging flies. I'm going to play as the characters. I'm going to go for the flies. Get the gimmick rolling there. But, you know, it was sad because I had a really fun character who was a parody of the Joker, kind of, and my friends had great characters. The dynamic was definitely there. The world was also pretty sick. We had done some pretty crazy stuff, but, you know, it just, after a while, it just really wasn't worth the strife of having to think to myself, I have D&D that could last for like 4 hours today, but I also got to record like 6 Isaac videos or some shit, right? It just wasn't a good strategy. And that brings me to my next point. When you're doing anything online, sure, you know what? I don't know what the item does. We're going to take it, though. Do I have Encyclopedia? I should. Where's the inventory button? I don't have the inventory. You know what? We're going to figure it out as time goes on. Stay Trophaea. White poop. Oh, it can drop an Eternal Heart. I mean, with our current setup here, that might be very good. We're going to take that, I guess. Oh, it's like a Holy Light? Or was that the fly did that? I guess it's my tears that are doing that, huh? I get like a purple tear that does like a little bit of a weaker Holy Light, it looks like. That's interesting. I don't know how it differs from Holy Light, but cool, I guess. Do I want to go for... I'm actually glad I did that, because the other item there was also not very good. If I see a double, I'm gonna avoid the doubles. We can get extra flies that way. But when you're online, it is so much easier to flake on something, as opposed to being in person. Like, if one of my friends is like, hey, do you want to play fucking Minecraft later? And I'm like, sure, I'll play some Minecraft later. Then later comes, and I'm like, either too lazy, or I'm stuck doing work. It's like, I don't want to give up what could be precious working or precious, you know, lazy time to play some Minecraft. Now, then again, if I do decide to go through and be like, fuck it, I'm going to play Minecraft tonight, I always have an amazing time. But just getting to that point where I actually want to get up and play, I'm like, I don't want to play this shit right now. I want to do anything else. It's a weird phenomenon. But when you're doing like anything in person and your friend's like, hey, I'm going to come pick you up in like 2 hours, are you good? You can't really cancel on them that easily because they're already going out of their way to hang out with you. So it's more of like a guilt, I guess, in your stomach for that kind of thing. Is that pet fly? We will probably also abyss this. I'm going to take that for an extra fly. We have some pretty gnarly damage going on, it looks like here. Although our regular stats are not amazing, our tier rate especially, I would say that roughly everything else... Hold on. There you are. I guess I already knew where you were. Roughly everything else seems to be pretty good. We are just one syringe away from being spun as well, which is quite the benefit. So I'm going to keep rolling with abyssing most things, and then if we can't abyss something, we can just not worry about farming batteries and just take it for ourselves, I guess. But I'm a flaker, I'll say it. When it comes to doing things online, like playing games with friends or hopping in a call for whatever, if it's a planned event, I am really not going to want to do it when the time comes. Now, if somebody sporadically calls me, like Script JCR, the 4-player file dude, he will randomly call me during the day to ask like a random Isaac question. And because it's a random phone call, I'm like, I'll just answer it, whatever. It's more the anticipation. I don't get like nervous. I just kind of get like, I really don't want to do this right now. If you would have asked me like, you know, randomly 2 days ago, every third shop item on the current floor. What does that mean? Every third shop item. I don't know. I don't really care. Just move on down. It's not a huge deal. Like I'll answer Script's calls, but if he's like, let's say today he asked me, hey, do you want to play some Isaac in like 2 days? I'll say, yeah, why not? And then 2 days come and I'm going to be like, I want to just watch a movie, eat some food, and just like watch YouTube instead. I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling it right now. But of course, I used to be a big flaker. I'm a bit better now where if I commit to an activity, I'll just do it. Like, I don't want to... When somebody flakes on me, it's really annoying because a lot of the times I make plans for content specifically, and if somebody flakes off of that or, you know, some random happenstance occurs, I get kind of pissed off because I'm like, we've been planning this for like a week and you just now remember you have like something to go to. It happened recently. I'm trying to record a video, a little bit of some behind the scenes action right now. I'm trying to record a video with Merm and Pluip and our friend Z Blakes. And we're going to be doing Mario Party, but every one of the mini games. You are a greedy ass chest. I don't want Child's Heart. That's fine. Wow. 3 tears down pills, huh? That's real impressive. Hoping for a tears up there, but I guess not. We're going to play Mario Party. However, the twist is that every single minigame is just a different game. Like when the minigame counter rolls, it could be Minecraft, it could be Roblox, it could be Mario Kart, it could be Smash, like anything like that. And it sounds like not only really fun to do because we're playing multiple games in one sitting, but also it sounds like a very fun video to edit and to make. So I was looking forward to it. Why did I pop that there? You okay, BD1P? I was really looking forward to it. Then, of course, literally an hour before our agreed upon time to, dude, what are these pills this run? Jesus. Right before our agreed time to sit down and record the episode, I'm not going to name names, but it does rhyme with schmerm, canceled on us. Like an hour before recording, which is not a big deal because I can always record it, you know, in a week or next week, whatever he wants to do it on. But if you don't want to do something, don't agree ahead of time. That goes for everybody watching this goddamn video. If you're planning to hang out with your friend, you kind of realize like, well, I don't really feel like doing that, and I'm probably gonna end up flaking anyways. Just say it outright. It makes it easier for everybody. I'm just gonna abyss that for an extra fly, actually. We have so much money, it's not worth, ooh, a door down here, stressing over just yet. Have we seen our item room? That is the question. I feel like we have not. I'm gonna go in here for the angel deal with Abyss first, though. That's a bit of a better play for me, I think. And the flies are doing some major goddamn damage. They are shredding pretty much every boss. Look at that damage right there. The lamp is also helping quite a bit too. I'm gonna take that for the black heart. That's an easy take right there. What I'm gonna try to do here is get a couple more pedestal items. Perfect. And then I'm gonna bomb you, and we're gonna abyss the key piece and Dad's lucky coin. We already have a positive luck set. I'm not really worried about trying to augment that too much. Sure, it would give us better item room items to have higher luck. However, if we're gonna abyss the items anyways, I don't really see a point in that. So we can just kind of let bygones be bygones and go and try to find our Curse of the Blind item room. Of course, I may have already seen it. In fact, I'm starting to think right now that I have already seen it. You know what? I'm going to leave the floor. And if we get an increased planetarium chance next floor, we'll know we've made a pretty big error. What's it going to be? Okay, we missed the item room. The cancer trinket. Yeah, we haven't gotten a single, like, of the white poop, so I'm going to assume the trinket is either broken or really bad. And cancer, it fixes a lot of our issues right now. I'm actually a pro cancer streamer, by the way. I donate all my money to, not awareness, but just to breast cancer. Oh my God, you almost got me there. I believe, I'm pro cancer actually, but I used to, I'd say I only really flake online. I'm not a person to flake in person. I may have done it like once or twice because of like a circumstance I can't control, but I don't think I've ever like intentionally flaked just because I'm lazy in person, because it's stressful. As someone who grew up like really, really far away from all of my friends, like I was, you know, 20 minutes out from our actual town square. I lived in the middle of freaking nowhere. I understood how much of a pain it was to drive somewhere and then be canceled on because I was super far away. And that kind of gave me respect for my friends who would drive out to see me, you know, through however long it may be. Looking for a Justice. Suicide King. I am not going to touch that card. I want keys. This was the most roundabout way to not get a key. It was bomb into chest. Ooh, well, well, well. That is a gulped cancer for us. Can't go wrong with the extra, you know, native 1 tier rate right there, huh? And then, is there any way we can get a key, dude? I can't go back there. I guess I really haven't seen my item room yet, and there could be a planetarium on the floor as well, so I'm gonna go look around for that just real fast. There is a planetarium on this floor, so I actually can go into my item room pretty much guilt-free. Mercurius. I'm just gonna just take that. There's really no point in abyssing Mercurius. I feel really good about that, and we get a restock machine here, huh? This could be huge. We have a lot of money we can spend here. Definitely gonna probably end up blowing it up or get a good item early on. No. It's good. We could do better. I'm looking for like, there's a free abyss pretty much. We do have one eternal chest. Never mind. I think it's time we just go fight your boss. We are kind of cruising. I wouldn't say we're going fast, but we are going at a slightly above average pace to rectify any of your thoughts of me cutting out like 20 minutes of the run in one jump. I don't do that. Gish, hey, was there like a battery in here? I didn't want to go into this room. I'm sorry about that. Wow, no battery. I'm actually going to do this. I really do not want to get Gish, and I think... Because we aren't going to get conjoined on the run. And if that's the case, there's probably a better case to be made for just abyssing that instead. And maybe our item in here we get from beating this room is better than Gish. We're going to have to weigh it out here. Oh. Well. You know what? We're going to get conjoined on the run, I guess. We have the D6 now. Did not really see that happening. With Mercurius, there really is no reason to still have Dad's Key further into the run here. So what we can do is just walk into a room, get a nice early D6 charge, and stop for only our special rooms, which is going to be complete garbage like this one was, I bet. Hey, we're at 50 cents. You can't knock that, right? But I would say for a Tainted Apollyon run, this one's one of the better ones I've had. I know that I'm playing with, like, modded Tainted Apollyon to make the Abyss item better, but to be quite frank with you, the Abyss item should have been like this from the start, and I really wish they do, like, booster packs in this game, like they did with Afterbirth Plus, because, honestly, there are some great mods out there that should be implemented into the game. Number one, like the Abyss flies being better. Faster machines like this should be an option to turn on to make your runs go by a little bit better. I think that fast traveling, honestly, why am I giving you so much money? I feel like fast traveling, honestly, with a time punishment should be in the game. If Good Trip, like the mod that lets you fast travel around wherever you want to go, oh, my favorite guy, she's so beautiful. If they can make a way where it could like track how many units you're traveling. For example, if I'm sitting in this room right here and I want to go over here, it would be you're traveling 1, 2, 3, 4, and take your speed value and like do some mathematics right there to make the Good Trip mod like not as cheesy. I think that it would be suitable for base game. There's no reason why it wouldn't be in my eyes. It's a fantastic mod. It makes the grind so much easier to go through here. Ooh, this is going to be conjoined potentially for us. I believe you're conjoined. You're not. Oh, I guess maybe Gish isn't conjoined. You're conjoined, though. You are conjoined. Perfect. You know what, dude? I'm going to buy Broken Modem. And I am going to just go and probably... Nice. Strength Judgment card is real nice to have if we want to do an Abyss on the chest floor, which will probably end up going to chest. I'm going to try to go to Mother one of these runs coming up here. We haven't gone to Mother in, you know, God knows how long. But there's our boss fight. How fast do you die? We can make, if we're fast, we can make boss rush here. Hold the phone. Luminary Flare, you have like 10 seconds left to make this run worth it. Okay. Go to your deal right away. You have 10 seconds. Yes, you buy this. Where's boss rush door? What? We're here in less than 20 minutes. You see that timer right there? It just now hit 20. Well, that's very epic of you, game. I do want to lose the extra red heart. If we lose the red heart container, we have the double crown, which is insane. I guess just no boss rush for us. Why did that not spawn? We were there in under 20 minutes. I don't know, dude. You know what? It's not really my problem anymore. I have Mercurius. I can run through practically every single room. To go back to our topic and finish up the discussion point today, playing D&D IRL was the most fun I've had playing D&D, I would say the most fun I've had playing a board game with my friends, probably ever. I mean, our DM was Al Dog from the 4-Player File, who is the top 3 funniest guys I've ever met in my entire life. So that's already gonna make it pretty damn good. But the crowd I was with as well, it was Kale, one of my best friends like I've ever had. I'm gonna buy. We need the health actually decently badly. I would argue. One of my best friends of all time, Jacob, the guy I worked with for like 3 years. There's some good, you know, banter and chemistry there for sure. And then weirdly enough, is some guy who I thought I'd never see after high school ever again, who is kind of friends with somebody who was going to go to D&D but flaked on us, talking about flaking, who just ended up coming anyways, which is fine. I don't like dislike the dude. He's pretty cool, but when I graduated high school, I thought to myself, I am never going to see this man probably ever again. And then there he is in my best friend's basement playing D&D for his first time ever with us. But it was really, really fun. Between our whole entire party, our highest intelligence value was, I think it was like 10. So we were a pretty stupid crowd. Okay, I'm gonna roll. Roll again. Yeah, I'll take this. And now we're gonna be at, yeah, both Dark Prince's Crown. I don't know what that weird brown heart back there is, but now we have both Dark Prince's Crown and Crown of Light, making our tier rate really good, our damage really good, and of course we also have Conjoin for triple the tiers. It's a great day to be alive. It truly is. And we already found our boss fight on the floor as well. I do have a golden pill I can pop whenever we feel like it. I got glass eye and marbles from our boss challenge room, and now we can just shred. If the hush door opens up, I'm probably still not going to go. This run does not feel very... Oh my god, you are a little bit close to me there, man. This run doesn't really feel hush ready. It's a little bit too laggy, so you know what? I'm gonna go on up, and we're gonna just probably... I'm gonna pop the golden pill. I was gonna say breeze through Cathedral here, but I'm just gonna spam it. And it's already over, and we have 2 batteries on the ground. We can just take one of those for Abyss. We're just gonna run. HP's looking fine. I would like to have a little bit more security in that department, but if it's not possible, I guess it's not possible. I'm not going to even try that room down there. With Mercurius, we are probably going to take 1 or 2 hits trying to go a little bit too fast through this floor. Although, oh my god, look at these guys down here, these freaking jokers. Although, to be real with you, if the boss fight is not super far away through a bunch of like dangerous turns or rooms, we will, I'm gonna say down here, will probably turn out okay. It's just the modded rooms that spawn enemies like either directly in the middle or right in, there we go, right in your path to the boss fight that concern me. This should not be that bad. Lovely. I can go for one of these right now. Okay, we're just gonna go fight the boss instead. How fast do you die just sitting in Luminary Flare on top of what we already have also going on? You motherfucker. I thought you were leaving to like go to your next phase. You just shot me in the head. That should be a crime. Please, 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 please. Okay. Sitting at 5 damage, not the best place to be. The flies can hopefully do some augmented damage. All right. Yeah, the big carry right now is Jesus' lamp thing we have, and then also, wait, when I shoot through it, I have to shoot through the lamp. Then I get the tears. That makes so much more sense. Do not walk into that void portal down there, sir. You will die to delirium over and over on this run. If we get a portal when this floor is over, what is this? Taking that for sure. I'll come back when we have a key. If we get a portal by the end of the floor, I will do delirium on today's run, so it's not just a normal like chest finish. There we go. Okay. We're just gonna abyss those. I don't want to work with Isaac's Heart. I've had that item recently on stream a little bit too much. I had the ultra hard challenge with Isaac's Heart, which was very fun, very, very fun, and I don't want to worry about the item anymore today. But if you guys get the chance to, I highly recommend, if you're a fan of D&D but it hasn't really clicked with you playing it online before, you will love the game in person. There's no like weird mic issues. Everybody is crystal clear, hopefully, in sound. There's like a tangible aspect to it, making the act of playing just more enjoyable. And being in person, it's a different vibe to it, you know? Like, it's much more personable, and it's a lot easier to ask questions or get clarification or like see what plays your friends are trying to make, rather than just like trying to hear it over a choppy Discord call with a laggy Google drawing page with a token. Like, my token that I have for my character is that picture of Kanye saying I love lean, because I don't have art of like my actual D&D character done, and I don't want to commission art for like a hobby that I have. I'll commission art for the channel all that I want, but I'm not going to commission art for D&D. If somebody gives fan art, great, but I'm not going to pay for a specific piece of my Dungeons and Dragons fantasy character. If you like to, hey man, that's your you know, choice. It's not for me. It's not worth the very precious money as a very not wealthy man. I gotta save that shit for important things like Little Caesars pizza or Pizza Hut pizza or the air fryer that I recently bought that I'm gonna make chicken parm in one of these nights. I haven't had white meat in like probably a year at this point because all I eat is taco meat. But the boss fight, okay, you guys gotta go. I'm looking for more chests right now. I'm getting scared for a delirium spawn. I'm trying to like play the run out safely. I say running into like 6 tiers at once almost there. Good idea of safety there, BD1P. Wow, seriously, no chests on the entire floor? What are the odds of this? I could just run to the boss fight, do the clearing once the floor is over, but that's even assuming if we do get a void portal. Okay, there's an extra key. Is that a mimic door? It is a mimic door right there. I see through your tricks, Isaac. Please work. It works. Potentially insane rerolls here. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm gonna. Oh, we abyssed. Oh, the mechanic can be annoying. We also abyssed one up there because we had it over our head once we popped the item and it counted as abyssing it. So that's cool. That's very epic. It's not there. It cannot be. This floor is ginormous, dude. I know we're playing on a hard mode here, but Jesus Christ. Okay, extra key. There's the boss fight. Drum roll for the void floor, please. Let's see. I mean, we're going to crush the boss pretty easily, but let's see if we get the 25% chance of this happening. Okay, shoot through the lantern. It kind of like rotates around you, but also follows you like Brother Bobby. It's got a really weird cycle. You're frozen? No void portal. If you enjoyed my commentary and my gameplay today, a like and a comment goes a very long way for a small channel like mine. In the meantime, though, guys, I have been BD1P. Peace out and goodbye.